Coming to Mufti Irshad Sahab, Sharia compliance, whether in all fields of Islamic finance, whether it's Islamic bank, asset management company, Islamic mutual funds, takaful, it is considered as a USP of any Islamic financial institution and their product or service offerings. What do you think about the focus of regulators, industry players, the companies themselves about focusing more on Sharia compliance so that they may increase or enhance their business manifolds, especially in the context of Pakistan? If yes, how can they do that?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Nahmadu wa nusalli ala Rasulihil Kareem. As you rightly said, that the compliance, Sharia compliance is important for any segment of finance, whether it is banking or capital market. And why Sharia compliance is very important? Because through compliance mechanism, we ensure that the structures, that the advices, the product, concept, agreements, each and everything that is established and developed initially at the launch of any product, this is taken care during the business and during the life of the transaction. If it is not insured, then what happens initially, if we look back around 20 or 25 years back, the same thing was happening, that people come and they take the certification and they develop the product very right in very Sharia compliant way. But when you go to see the product in the audit or in the execution, you will find generally we see that there are non-compliance issues. They are not able to successfully launch the product. So this ultimately creates some bad pictures and concepts about Islamic finance. So by introduction of proper Sharia compliance mechanism, the first thing we ensure that the product from the inception till the execution is Sharia compliant. There is nothing wrong except the human error, which is the part of any system. This is the first point. The second very important thing, if you look at the Pakistani history, around 10 or 15 years, there are a lot of people who are ready to invest in mudarabas. And unfortunately, all these mudarabas are not licensed by Securities and Exchange Commission. They are basically the Ponzi schemes. And still they are doing these things. We generally receive many questions from many people that they say a person is offering mudaraba, another person is offering Sharia compliant solution. And so much so, some people are offering Sharia compliant crypto assets in Pakistan. So by looking these trends, we analyze, we summarize, and we end up with the conclusion that people are ready to invest if the modes are Sharia compliant. But they are not aware where to invest. So they start investing in Ponzi scheme on the basis of the greed, because they offer very huge, very almost illogical returns, around 45 or 50%. So this means that if we focus, as rightly Brother Shoaib has rightly said, the capital market penetration in Pakistan very low, and the potential in capital market is very high. We have funds, we have real estate investment trust, we have takaful and multiple things, mudarabas, non-banking financial institution. All these are very attractive and they can be used. And also the instruments, Sharia compliant instrument like sukuk and any other thing, marketable instrument. So all these are possible. So if we propagate and we develop proper Sharia compliance system and we propagate and we create awareness about the potential of capital market with the Sharia compliance, I mean, it is a huge potential. So that the Sharia compliance and the proper awareness, two things can play a very important role in penetration of the capital market in general public of Pakistan. Otherwise, you see, I would not say these words, but unfortunately I'm forced to say these words. Sometimes people, they sell the word of mudarabas and Sharia compliant for propagation of their Ponzi schemes. I have seen many videos because we are in touch in financial sector. So generally these type of questions on WhatsApp and social media comes to us. And I remember a person called me and say this is Shariah compliant. This person is saying we are Shariah compliant. I said, this is not Shariah compliant. This is not even licensed by Securities and Exchange Commission. So what he said, Mufti Saab, if they are saying, if they are paying me good return in the name of Mudaraba, so this is sufficient for me because they are claiming they are Shariah compliant. And even if they are not, the responsibility is there on their shoulder, not on me. So I will take the return, which was very high return, around 35%. So I said, oh, okay, if you decide this thing, what can I do? But this basically shows the behavior and the trend. So I think Shariah compliance is a very important thing. And through this we ensure. And lastly, unfortunately, we see that many companies, they start claiming we are Shariah compliant, but they don't follow. And we have experience in State Bank and Securities and Exchange Commission. When the inspection, when the external auditor go to these companies and ask why you are not following this particular way. So their simple reply was that this is not required by any law. So why should we follow this mechanism? So I think these type of proper Shariah compliance guideline, or also the regulatory framework, they basically force them to follow this particular way of Shariah compliance. Through this, we can ensure proper Shariah compliance, proper investment, and the protection of their capital, or not going to the Ponzi scheme.